Last time on Fantasy Adventure Machine.
The woman finally speaks up. We need to take out Ghenghis Khan.
Give me like 15 minutes tops, and I think I can make a pretty convincing Blythe.
Zoo takes this moment to fly back over the ridge and sees Kchaos and Effie working their way down into the camp. In the distance, you just hear, "Son of a bitch!"
Zoo, you're flying over the Mongol camp. With your condor eyes, I'm going to tell you what you see. You see a tall barricade of sharp logs that edge a camp filled with red and white circular tents. The tents are clumped together in groups of 3 or 4, allowing paths between the groupings. In the center of the camp is a larger tent that stands by itself. Soldiers sit around campfires, patrol the camp's perimeter, or stand guard on tall wooden platforms that have been built just inside the wall. One section of the camp has been dedicated to training. Targets have been built against the wooden wall, and a corral fences in some strange-looking contraptions. Could you roll me a notice check to see if you can actually distinguish what you see?
+3, so good.
That is good enough. The soldiers stand shooting at targets. Inside the corral, a soldier is mounting what looks to be a metal ostrich. After he mounts, a single balloon escapes the ostrich's back, and the ostrich rises into the air.
What the hell is this?
It's a circus.
Hovering about a foot off the ground.
Joust.
Ostrich circus. Ostrich circus.
Did you never play Joust?
No.
Joust.
Okay.
I'm really sorry.
Nathan, we
All
had this on the Atari Lynx when we were kids.
Yes,
I was gonna say
do
that
remember
sounds vaguely familiar. You're trying to pop the balloons and you're riding it, but I didn't realize it was an ostrich.
Yeah, there was actually no balloons in Joust, so we're combining Joust with Balloon Kid.
Or balloon fight, yeah.
Okay, so can I ask, what is the forward and rear propulsion system being used by these ostriches? Because I assume a balloon only gets them vertically off the ground.
That is very true. As you watch some more,
the average airspeed of an air-laden ostrich?
I think as a condor in flight right now, this is highly important to me.
They grab it by the husks.
as you watch more intently, you see another balloon escape the ostrich's back, and the ostrich rises a little bit more off the ground. And then the Mongol very shakily moves his weight forward, like leans forward over the ostrich, and the ostrich starts to lean forward and kind of moves forward. He then leans back, and the ostrich moves back. He tries to lean to the left, but falls off.
And then what happens to the ostrich?
The ostrich sits there, and
Hold on. Physics would dictate that if the man falls off, the ostrich should at least rise a couple of inches.
We'll go with that's very true. The ostrich rises a couple inches, and then the Mongol soldier tries to clamber back onto the mount because it's only like 2.5 feet off the ground.
Sure.
And it has 2 balloons.
I do have a question, and it's very serious. It's a real problem that I'm concerned about. How, in condor form, do I reach the comms?
With your tongue.
Yeah!
What?
I was also wondering, because you didn't explain how your wounds appear on your condor version.
Well, you can't see them, they're under feathers.
Okay. It's not like feathers are missing?
Maybe
or
they
ruffled?
are. No, the feathers grew new, so the feathers would be fine. Because they were created from nothing.
So here's the question, though, really. If you scratch your hand as a human, is your condor foot scratched because, you use your feet to grab things like a human uses their hand, and use your wings to move around like a human uses their feet? So I think when you're a condor, your feet are your hands, and your hands are your feet.
That would be a very different transformation sequence, I think. If I just fell on my face as my hands became my feet. So I'm still flying over the air, and I'm going to be like, it's somehow in the comms working because I'm a bird, and I'm going to be like, Evie, Kchaos, if you're going down there, just be aware they have some kind of flying ostriches and AK-47s. Guys, just please be safe. I'll keep an eye out from up here. Of course my voice changes every time, guys. I can't sound like Gorilla Zoo while I'm a bird.
Hey, Effie, did you hear like a squawking? I think there's a problem with the comms. I've got to turn it off. Just too bad. Gonna
Maybe
find
just...
a mechanical ostrich.
From the sky you hear, Chaos!
Maybe just take it out and blow in it. Chaos.
It's an N64 cartridge. Just...
Oh, that's a great idea. I
Great
take it
audio
out,
clip there, Keith.
I blow on it, and I put it in my pocket.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, the squawking's totally gone now. That worked perfectly, Effie. Good job.
You're welcome.
Master Zuman.
Yeah, Doc?
Pieces of 8.
Probably want a cracker.
As we were speaking before, we talked about how your feet are your hands, and your hands are your feet. But what we never discussed is how does it feel to have a cloaca?
Honestly, Doc, after the first 5 minutes, I don't even notice anymore.
Interesting. We will have to study this more in our downtime. I'm sorry, it's just some of the finer points of animal transformation were never discussed in Animorphs.
We need to talk about it. I mean, it's a whole new field of science. It's going to be a thing.
Oh gosh. We're gonna cut right here to Kchaos and Effie.
So, the Chinese people kind of thought we were like magicians. So we can either do this super cool commando style and sneak around, or we could pretend to be magicians. I bet you can do a bunch of cool magic tricks, and my power glove lights up.
Does Effie know any magic tricks?
You know how to make people go away.
I mean, you're literally a cyborg that can transform your limb
right.
into other things.
I was thinking, like Effie is like in her circus training. Would she have been trained in magic tricks? No, but it's true. I can.
But she was trained in showmanship.
We're also very much aware of the fact that you're able to disappear people by killing them.
I don't think that's the kind of magic trick that they're going to appreciate.
I mean, if you do it 1,000 times, it'll be good.
Okay, Kchaos. If you want to be wizards, I will do wizardry with you.
All right. Just for my information, does Effie have any points in deceive?
Yes, I have an average.
Oh, good. I have a 1 point in deceive as well.
This will go well. We're like deceiving toddlers.
We could be.
Okay. Well, with that decided, I guess we will just stroll into the camp.
Okay. Wow. Well, that was very eventful.
We can't go in without some pointy hats.
Oh, do you have pointy hats on your person?
I could make some out of some silly string.
That's really hard to get out of your hair.
I'm just joking. What could I make some out of?
You just roll resources and then you can pull them out of nowhere. Okay. That's how that works.
Oh, fantastic. I got a 5. Does that mean I can have hats come out of my cyborg side pocket? I just open up my belly and
what did you roll to get a 5?
Resources.
Okay, not entirely sure where you pull it from, but
I'll tell you.
Oh, okay. You're able to pull tape and like really big construction paper.
So do I turn my arm into a construction paper roll?
Sure.
It's your choice.
It's your choice.
I thought that my arm could become like a wizard hat cannon, and they could just go pop up like those water cups that you have at the drink cooler, but they would be like fuzzy blue wizard caps with gold stars.
Okay, guys, narratively speaking here, I know, like, according to the rules of fate, Sarah's stuff can be bonkers, but narratively speaking, is there, like, some kind of alternate dimension that exists inside her body somewhere to keep producing random crap?
Well, she was made by time hoppers, right? So maybe she has access to the time void.
No, what she has is she has a fusion reactor that creates massive amounts of energy. And energy is really just another state of matter. And so she's basically just doing a Star Trek and replicating things as necessary.
Replicating.
She doesn't understand this, but that's how it works.
I also feel like I'm full of nanobots, but I don't know if that helps.
Legitimately, Logan, thank you. That helped me so much.
Actually, yeah, I do like that. So I will allow, I allow Effie's answer to how she gets the pointy hats. Sure, yeah, you're able to have like a
fluffy blue wizard hats, shiny gold stars.
Okay, as you approach the wooden wall, you see a guard on top of the tower behind the wall, kind of peeks over the wall, looks at you, gets a very strange look on his face, and then yells to soldiers beneath, who then open a gate and run out with their spears and clubs to surround you.
I want to generate from my magical cyborg arm like a group of drones with strobe lights of multiple colors, and one of them could be playing some hype music.
So this will create an effect on the scene. You'll need to use a fate point and use your extra gun arm to do that.
So we have multiple brightly colored flashy strobe drones flying around, and one of them's playing hype music, and then one of them goes behind Kchaos and I and just shines like a wave of white light up and down behind us so that we're... Oh, and we need a smoke drone also.
Oh, yeah!
And then,
we're here to fix your ostriches! Oh, yeah!
So this is what a knife sheath in a
I kind of...
I'm pretty sure you guys were supposed to be the knife, but apparently we now have two knives.
But I'm loving this.
So I am going to, at this point, Kchaos, I don't think that you want to be the apprentice, especially in this scene, that you're not going to take a back seat. And with that, I'm going to invoke your trouble of angst and arrogance.
Oh!
To not be upstaged.
Yeah, no. This is...
Throw on those laser skates!
What?
And then do a nice dance.
I'm gonna take that. All right. So Kchaos is looking around. He's like, oh man, this is just like WrestleMania. This is amazing. He can't not get into it. And so he tears open his coat, exposing his thin, pallid chest.
Wait, are you not wearing anything under that coat?
I don't think that's important right now.
It's just Kchaos in a trench coat.
Wait, no. We have to know if you're flashing everyone.
Oh, he's wearing pants. Come on.
Yes, I'm wearing pants.
Or at least boxers with hearts on them.
But it's a button-up shirt that he wears. See, so he's just tearing the buttons off.
So the buttons are flying everywhere.
This is...
Does one ping some guy in the head?
All right. So, in some way, shape, or form, Kchaos tears open his trench coat and his shirt, revealing his pale, skinny chest, and does his best Undertaker impression. Okay, Kchaos doing Undertaker.
It's gonna be like Jake Bob all over again.
Hello, my Mongols! I'm here to power up your ostriches! I am the great and powerful Burger of Chaos! And this is my apprentice! Now, give us entrance to your camp, lest I destroy you all in my anger!
Quite the performance. Can you roll me a deceive on that performance?
Yes. I am going to be taking advantage of the aspect that Effie put on the scene. Otherwise, that
strobing lights.
Yeah. Otherwise, that was for no good reason that she spent that fate point.
I mean, showmanship?
That will bump us to a 5 for fantastic.
It's pretty good. The Mongols are hesitant at first. They kind of like, there's some murmuring among them, but then they encircle you about and they kind of like lead you inside the camp.
Hey, this was a great plan. Good job.
Was it a plan?
I assume the drones follow us around.
I probably just suck them back in, except for the smoke drone. We'll just let him hover around us.
I like the idea of the drones just following you around the rest of the time. That'd be hilarious.
Making stealth
We'll just
utterly
follow us
impossible.
We should tell them that we are the, preemptive group for our leader. But then we'd have to calm you down first, Kchaos.
I'm going to switch over to Van Helsing and Char. So,
I would not be thinking about that, so I'm not going to do it.
Okay, cool. So, Charlotte, Van Helsing, and Vic. Oh, I'm Vic. Hey, Charlotte, you have dressed yourself as Blythe with a Vic's help. Vic was very apprehensive. They didn't really want to get in and help you with that because they're like, I don't know anything about this. This is beyond me. I really don't want to do this.
So Van Helsing comes in, and he's dressed exactly the same as normal, but his hair is parted to on the opposite side, and one button extra is undone from the top of his shirt. He looks at Char dressed as Blythe, and he says, so we're not doing the honey trap plan, I see.
Though I have to say, you parting your hair on the different side really works. I'm so glad that you watched my 15 tips and tricks for revamping your image.
Thank you. I feel more alive than I have for many years.
Oh my God.
I've never experienced this level of sensuality in myself.
Van Helsing does have a very tragic love life. His wife, I believe, is she's lost her mind, and he's never remarried.
Oh no, what does that say for me?
No, you damn idiot! This was your idea to begin with. We don't have time for you to go change. We gotta leave now. You ready, Char?
I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
Close enough.
You asked for Cockney, Dan, and I'm trying to do it like Char struggles with it a little bit.
No, it's great. No, the commander walks into the room, looks at Char, has to do a double take, and says, "That is exactly the woman that came in before. Are you sure? Are you sure you're not her?"
You should have seen me 15 minutes ago. This is all contour.
How? That's magic. How did you do that? Is that a mask?
You know, I actually carry a sample of my palette around, because mine's custom, and so I get a little bit of commission anytime anyone buys it. So I can leave the sample with you if you want. I've got a little printout with some instructions that goes on the back of it. But, you know, I just want to let you know that, like, it's taken me years to perfect my skills.
It's ancient China glow up.
Perfect.
Isn't she wonderful? Look what she has done for my look. And I do a little twirl.
Okay, I really stan Van Helsing.
Okay, now with that, you leave the town behind, walk around the forest. You crest the hill, and beyond the hill, you see the camp. You can just barely see the soldier that's standing on the tower. But it looks like his attention is taken away from watching the camp, and there seems to be a commotion inside the camp itself.
Oh my gosh. Are they having a rave? I'm referring to the lights.
Vic looks over at the lights, just shining all over the place, confused. What in the hell's going on there? Vic touches the comm in their ear and calls out, Beth, I don't know if you actually talk. Did Blythe come back? They wait for a minute. Damn shift. Of course they don't talk.
So you just think that Chaos is delusional?
I suppose Zoo could tell you that we're inside the camp.
But I'm still having trouble with the comms. So just like from the sky again, you just hear, Gas! Gas!
Vic?
I decided to add a warble in there.
Vic, you lied to me. You told me that this bug in my nose would translate every language. Well, I cannot understand that condor.
Of course you're not going to understand animals.
Do condors have ears?
Yeah, of course they do.
Where the hell is my comm? No, because birds have like the little hole. They don't have like an actual like ear.
That's still an ear.
Just plugging up
Keith.
one of the holes.
Yeah.
Just because an
Alright.
ear doesn't look like your ear doesn't make it not
And
an
it's
ear.
actually, it's messing up your balance, so you're not flying straight. You're flying all...
You see me tumble from the sky as like I somehow get my talon, which I think is my arm, to jab myself in the ear. And I say, Dr. Helsing, is that you?
Yeah, I like how it gets higher pitched every time
Every
he
single
does
time.
it.
Dr. Helsing, is that you?
Ja, Master Zoomin, what can we do for you?
We have a problem. There's flying ostriches. You gotta get in there.
That's the least helpful information you possibly could have given.
Yeah, I'm not telling you about Effie
Okay.
and,
It sounds like they have flying ostriches, which, as I understand, is impossible. Blythe very well could already be inside.
It's okay. I can convince them that I'm the real Blythe.
So you get up to the wall, and as you walk up to the gate, that's when the guard jumps, seeming to notice you for the first time, spins around, knocks an arrow into their bow and points it at you, yelling, "Who goes there?"
I think this is where you should probably answer.
Yeah, this seems like
No,
a
I want you
Char
guys to tell Shar to do that. She doesn't know.
Vic elbows you and says, "You're up, darling."
I'm here to check on the ostriches.
See, it was helpful information. She would not have known to say that if I hadn't given them.
You need to let us in.
They look over the wall. "Have I seen you before?"
I've seen you before, and if you don't let me in, then your superior officer is gonna have your head.
Shar, if you could roll deceive on this.
I have a +2 roll to my +3 deceive, so I have +5. Superb.
And you didn't even need any smoke
Or fancy lights.
Or fancy lights.
or hype music.
Just some contour.
So, you're sitting at just one higher than me, so if you want to succeed with style and really, throw some flair into this, you can use a fate point. Otherwise, you are just succeeding.
I feel like she should save her flair for, the people that really matter.
Okay. The guard yells down to some people. The gate opens, and a whole bunch of soldiers come rushing out with swords at the ready, and they surround you. And one of them says, "I think Ghenghis is going to want to take a look at this one." So the scene that greets you in the camp is chaos. Literally, it's chaos. and Effie. Mongols are around them, trying to figure out what is going on. Go ahead, Kchaos and Effie, take it away.
Okay. This is my brain picture. So, Kchaos has taken over the show, which Effie is totally cool with, and she's just hanging out, looking around. And she happens to turn back the way they came and sees Shar and Van Helsing. And she's very impressed with Shar's makeover and Van Helsing's glow up.
Confidence. It's just confidence.
Van Helsing's confidence, and all the lights leave Kchaos and go around Shar and also subsequently the others, but mostly around Shar. And the music changes like an introduction song to WWE.
Yes!
And then Effie does like a bow.
Do all the lights go pink and like misty?
Yeah, it's a whole brand.
So it really sounds like we're introducing the two fighters for tonight's WrestleMania.
And in this corner,
Kchaos 100% does not realize that the lights have left. Now, bring me to your weapons!
Vic slaps their forehead. Damn it, this is getting worse. Why?
I must overclock them!
Oh, stop talking, Kchaos.
I'm here to talk to Ghenghis Khan.
So Effie rushes over and is like, "My lady, we made the way for you." Like it's a plan. Also, her acting is very cheesy.
Yep. A couple of soldiers inside the camp recognize you as Blythe. I rolled terribly. and
the translation of what that means.
Yes.
They recognize you, aka I can't roll for a damn.
And they tap the other soldiers round and start murmuring, "It's Blythe, it's Blythe, Blythe's back. She didn't say she'd come back, but Blythe's back." They part like the Red Sea, making a path for you straight to the center tent.
Char lifts her chin up and walks with the swagger to the tent. With the dramaticism of Aragorn pushing open the doors into Mediceld, Char pulls back the tent flaps and strides in and just points at the first person that she sees that she thinks is important and says, "Khan, we have to talk."
Roll me a straight fate roll on that.
-1.
You just pointed at his cat.
Okay, so Vic, who's right next to you, takes your arm and moves it to the next person.
I love that.
I actually whisper in Char's ear, "I think his friends call him Genghis."
So Ghenghis Khan looks at you for a moment, and then realization hits. And he goes, "Blythe, my dear friend, what brings you round this time? More amazing weapons and toys, I hope."
Char folds her arms and kind of props one elbow up on top of a hand and looking at her fingernails and says, "There's been a factory recall on the ostriches. They might blow up. And I just wanted to let you know that because I don't want liabilities. Now, free of charge, if you give me the ostriches back, I will give you back ones that are not on recall because I don't want you and your soldiers to blow up. We already know that. We're on the same page. So you tell me if you want to blow up or not."
What are they called again? What is a factory? And roll me a deceive.
Ha-ha! I got a +2 again, so I have +5 for deceive. Yeah, so then Effie can give me a +6, or give me a +1.
And who are these people? Why do you bring more people into? Last time it was just 2 of you. Now there's how many here? He tries to count and doesn't. Just stops.
From the sky, you just hear 6.
What is? I've been hearing that all day. What is up there?
I have to have this many because if we're going to take the ostriches back to the factory, it's a little bit harder than trying to bring them here. And a factory is where they're made, Genghis. Get with the times.
Time is 1227 AD. He is with the times.
I don't care if these blow up. They will serve their purpose today.
That's fine, but you have about 5 minutes before they are going to detonate. Char lifts a finger up to press the calm thing to get Kchaos's attention.
This is going to work out really well.
Still don't have my comms in.
But go ahead.
Oh my gosh.
Go ahead. Still act like you didn't even know that.
Yeah. Now she's just hoping that Zoo somehow get through to Kchaos.
Okay, go on.
I wasn't going to repeat. I was just going to let Genghis's response happen.
So what you're hearing is being broadcast to Keith.
But when can we get them back from the factory?
Well, I could have them here in under 10 hours if you just give them to me now.
That's not good enough.
Well, what do you want me to say? That I could have them in 2 hours? You know that I can't work more magic than I am allowed.
Blythe, we're friends here. Your last visit was very fruitful.
Gross.
Does he raise his eyebrows at Van Helsing?
You know, Ghenghis, I know how much you enjoy your spoils, so I have brought my assistant, Larry, here, and he can now help you and you stay entertained while we replace the ostriches. Here, he's parted his hair for you. And she gestures to Van Helsing.
Do we really want to go through with this?
Ask him if he knows how to sing.
It's a Lord of the Rings joke.
I think this is a good question.
So Genghis looks at Larry.
I couldn't think of any names.
Larry's fantastic. Don't even worry about it.
And then looks at the other man in the tent. The other man kind of looks at Larry and gives him the eyebrow look. And then the other man asks, "Do you sing?"
Sound like a note to me.
Char nods her head emphatically.
I think he'll do.
Wow, low bar.
Came all this way and couldn't pull it off at the end.
Nathan, you have to be willing here.
He then goes outside the tent and yells, "Boys, we have a show tonight!"
This is not that kind of podcast.
Hey, it's just going to be Van Helsing on the stage
Just
singing.
Be show tunes, Keith. What are you thinking?
We're putting on Xanadu.
Oh my gosh.
I will be performing Amazing Grace.
It will be amazing, and grace shall be with us as we raise them to the ground.
Hey everyone, sorry to interrupt what must be another fantastic episode of the podcast, but here are a few words from our sponsors.
This episode is brought to you by Crazy Sal's Surplus Cyberzunetic Superstore. Come on down and get killer robot animals left over from the war at bargain basement prices. We got ostriches, we got sharks, we got land sharks, we even got sky sharks. Decimate your enemies with a payload of missile marmots. Bury them in grenadier gophers. Use the code REFURBISHED5 for a free laser koala with your order. Hurry, supplies won't last long. Sal's Cybernetics is not responsible for any side effects of exposure to unshielded nuclear reactors. Cyber animals are not guaranteed to follow orders. Cyber animals may spontaneously combust. Cyber animals are not real animals and do not have souls. Do not under any circumstances ride a cyber animal. All souls are final.
Howdy ho, fam. Thanks for being here with us. It's me, Dan, your favorite storytelling game master. I just wanted to take a moment to tell you how much I appreciate you. Yes, you. You're my favorite. Just don't tell the person to your left. If you find that we're also your favorite, go ahead and subscribe, rate us on iTunes, and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok for more adventures. Now, back to the show. We are going to jump to Kchaos, who seems to be alone. And I'm sorry, Zoo, we are kind of leaving you out because you're just flying around.
I mean, Zoo could try to talk to Kchaos now.
Okay, Kchaos, what are you doing?
All right. So I, not really noticing that Effie and the lights have left, continue to stride through the camp towards the ostriches.
Are you just walking?
Yeah, I've got my escort of people who think I'm an awesome wizard. and we're just walking over there.
To be honest, your escort was more impressed by Blythe, who is the real superstar here.
So did they leave?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm just walking through camp with my...
Wait, they left him alone in the camp?
He has people watching him, but does he know that?
You want me to roll notice?
Yeah, if you could roll notice, please, to see if anyone is following you.
+2.
+2. Yeah, no, you are totally alone.
Excellent. I just stride through the camp, flashing my power glove with its glowing LCD display around, and saying, "Yeah! Here to upgrade the ostriches! Yeah!"
From the sky, you just hear a
Rico! Rico!
I've been hearing that all day. It's really irritating.
I think we want Kchaos to blow them up.
Okay, so yeah, you make it to the corral, and we're going to cut back to the group in the tent now. A scout slips into the tent and slips over to the not Ghenghis Khan person. We're going to say Ghenghis Khan, not Ghenghis Khan.
That'll be Ghenghis Khan.
Ghenghis Khan. And whispers in his ear. That man then walks over to Ghenghis Khan, whispers in his ear, who then walks over to another man, whispers in his... No, I'm just kidding.
What?
Okay, so Ghenghis Khan listens intently and then looks at Charlotte. You are going to recall these ostriches when one of your own is here to upgrade them? I am very confused and I think something is awry.
Oh, no. I think you misunderstood him.
My scouts misunderstand nothing.
I mean...
They are the best scouts in the world. That's why we are going to destroy our enemies.
Oh, Ghenghis, you and I know that we agree that your scouts are very, very wonderful. However, your language is a little bit hard to understand. So I'm sure that my man said ungrade them, not upgrade them. Ungrading is another term that we have for when they need to be recalled and have something fixed. But, you should trust him because he's definitely the best man I have on the job for it.
Despite the fact that he's a 17-year-old prepubescent child with his shirt off.
Ungrading is a serious, serious business. You have to make sure that you touch the right wires, otherwise you could get prematurely blown up.
Effie walks up and taps Char deferentially on the shoulder and says, "They're talking about the scouts, right? These are the cookie moguls?"
OMG, the cookie moguls. Thank you. Char's eyes light up and she takes a step forward and she's like, "The cookie moguls?"
Wait, we were talking about the ostriches. We need to bring them back to the factory. They're not right.
Effie waves towards Vic. "No, Vic, we're talking about the cookies, not the ostriches. The cookies, the scouts. He says they're really
there
good."
Are no cookies.
Okay, I'm gonna start singing because I will not be put to death again because of the cookies.
Ghenghis.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound.
Ghenghis goes, "Amen. It will be amazing when we bring those ostriches and we take our enemies and we bury them in the ground. I've been riding that ostrich every single day," as he says this as he's kind of rubbing the side of his head. And it's amazing. I haven't seen any problem. Van Helsing, could you actually roll me a WebMD roll, please?
Oh,
I think this is in your jurisdiction.
What are you doing?
Where did Van Helsing
Nathan.
go?
He's
And
probably
Van Helsing
rolled
just
anything this whole
disappeared.
time, so he went to go get his dice.
Sorry, I forgot for a minute there that we were playing an actual play podcast. I forgot to bring my dice to the table.
Listen, in the best role-playing games, you never roll dice anyway.
That is a +4.
That's pretty great.
You notice that Ghenghis Khan is actually rubbing his temples, and he's kind of squinting as he's rubbing his temples. And also you hear this rumbling in his stomach as he's talking.
You heard the rumbling.
Notice,
Maybe
especially
he needs some cookies.
when he brings his arm up to rub his temple, you notice these rashes all down his arms. So
I once was lost, but... Genghis. Friend Genghis? Are you okay? Besides being a wonderful singer, I am also a doctor.
I bet Genghis Khan's one of those weirdos that doesn't believe in doctors.
he actually has a crystal.
And some essential oils.
I knew you were going to say it. I knew you were going to say it.
I have never been more determined to take down my enemies. As he's laughing, he coughs a bit. As he pulls his hand away, some red hair kind of comes away with it.
Being a fellow redhead, I am extremely concerned by the balding of another redheaded man.
This episode's been brought to you by Hymns. Keep what you have.
You recognize these symptoms as radiation poisoning. You could give him possibly 2 days to 2 weeks, depending on when he first started showing symptoms.
Seeing these symptoms and being extremely concerned about his red hair falling off because redheads are becoming extinct, I rush to his side and pick up the hair from the floor. And I hold it out and I say, Genghis, have you noticed this is happening to you? How long has this been happening?
Losing hair from the stress of planning battles is no matter. We will take down our enemies.
But your arm is not right, and your breathing seems to be labored. I reach into my pocket and pull out a little listening stethoscope, and then I put it on his breast, and I listen to him breathing.
Can you just say chest?
No, I'm old-timey.
Fun fact, do you know why stethoscopes were invented?
No.
It's because there was a doctor who was very uncomfortable putting his head to a woman's breast to listen to her pulse. And so he invented something so he didn't have to do that anymore.
Nice.
It just seemed relevant right now.
So Genghis, he kind of hesitates and he takes a step back and, what are you doing to me?
No, sir. I am a man of medicine.
This is my finest doctor, Ghenghis. If there's something wrong with your body, he'll figure you out real quick.
I thought he was entertainment.
Yes,
Jack of all trades, master of none.
I am a man of many talents. Professor Dr. Abraham Van Helsing at your service. PhD, MD, etc.
AKA Larry.
Larry.
Then your name isn't Larry. What else have you lied to me about?
Everyone at the office calls him Larry.
As you take his pulse, you do hear that it is irregular.
I would like to use my stunts, believe in things you cannot, and make a rapport roll to have him believe that he is very seriously sick. That's +7.
Woohoo! That's actually really good. You succeed with style on that. So, go ahead and make your speech.
Okay. Genghis, this is very serious. You are exhibiting the symptoms of blood poisoning. You could be dead within 2 days or 2 weeks. Please, what has changed lately that might have given you these problems?
Are you saying that Ghenghis Khan is going to die? Are you saying that me, the great conqueror, is going to die? I will never die. How dare you?
Please. I am a doctor. I have sworn an oath to do no harm.
Why do you carry those pistols around, sir?
Nothing has changed here. Nothing since you came.
I mean, Larry wasn't here before.
I believe that these ostriches could be at fault.
I told you we needed to recall them.
They actually needed to be recalled.
You sold me faulty ostriches on purpose.
I would never, ever want to arm a fellow supervillain.
I see how this is. You sold me faulty products and are trying to take them back. You're keeping the money for yourself.
Now, see here, Ghenghis. There's no reason to get upset. And Shar is, like, slowly backing, like, away.
Behind me.
Being very nervous. Yeah, like, trying to see, like, where's my human shield? And she, like, raises her hands up and says, Ghenghis, you know I was never in it for the money. You know I wasn't. There's no reason you need to go pointing fingers now.
He motions for his general and the scout in the room, and he points a thumb in your direction. They slowly unsheath their swords and start walking towards you.
Hey, Vic. I really think that now would be a good time to, run. And Shar just, like, books it out of the tent.
All of Effie's drones stop doing the lights and they all become misty drones.
Nice.
Smoke screen drones?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
So you're a hotboxing Ghenghis Khan now?
As you back out of the tent, the soldiers around heard the commotion inside. Some of them have unsheathed their swords, and a yell actually starts up in the camp. At the corrals, some soldiers pop out of nowhere, Kchaos, because you didn't even see them. And where they were, three soldiers pop out from behind some tents. One of them jumps onto an ostrich, gets it started up. It's actually pretty slow and kind of funny watching it start up as a balloon rises from the back end.
Just like kicking it.
Yep.
Don't slip the clutch.
And after it rises into the air, Zeus sees this one seems to be more in control of the ostrich and has more practice being on the ostrich than the others have been.
So seeing these soldiers jump out and hop on the ostrich and seem to be moving towards Kchaos and Effie and Shara and all the rest, I can obviously tell from my vantage point that the excrement has, hit the fan, as they say. And so responding to this,
non-explicit now. Very good.
Responding to this, I immediately I dive straight down, heading for the nearest ostrich, and my purpose is to try and attack the lead ostrich, popping its balloon so that it can't fly anymore. Right, so I'm diving down. I rake my talons forward.
Actually, with that, since you're in the air and you're flying, roll me in athletics.
+6.
Nice. Okay, yeah, you are able to dive right at that balloon. Your aim is true.
So I swoop in and I pop the balloon. And as I do, obviously the ostrich drops from about 2.5 feet in the air. But then I bank up real quick and curve, and I am now sort of, in and amongst the ostriches, sort of ducking between them, trying to not hit myself into a metal ostrich.
Nice. So that first ostrich, the balloons are popped and it becomes kind of front heavy. It falls headfirst into the ground, so it kind of like leans forward and falls headfirst into the ground, and the head kind of buries itself into the dirt.
Ostrich humor, I love it.
And the soldier is flown from the ostrich and tumbles forward. Seeing a bird pop the balloons, the soldiers are reacting to that, and they're going to swipe at you as you're flying around them. So we are sitting at a 2, and so yeah, you are able to expertly fly around the ostriches from your banking after you attack that first ostrich. Their swords swipe through the air. Could you roll me an athletics check for that?
Do I get bonus to athletics because I'm in the sky and therefore there is no friction on the ground, stopping me from going really cool? And I can move in 4 dimensions and stuff.
I'll give you you can have a +2 aspect on that.
Yeah, geez, what kind of condor are you?
What, they
can moving to 4 dimensions.
We've already established that. I'm a time traveling condor. That's 4 dimensions. Okay, with a +2 bonus. That's a +7 to athletics.
Nice. Kchaos, as you look up, see this scene where these soldiers floating above the ground on their ostriches chaotically swiping their swords through the air at a condor that's just expertly doing figure eights through them.
Hey guys, I'm pretty sure that's an endangered species and you're not supposed to do that.
Listen to the kid! Ah!
Okay, let's see if they listen to the kid and actually notice him now.
Oh, crap.
You better be glad that I rolled really terrible on that. They are... Yeah, the condor that made their fellow soldier plummet, like faceplant into the ground, is more of a threat than you are.
I look
That
up
tracks.
and they're not stopping, and I shrug. If you guys catch the condor, save me a piece. I've always wondered what it tastes like.
The condor says, "Hey!"
I swing a leg over the fence and hop in the pen with the robot ostriches.
Okay.
I feel
Nice.
like we need some circus farm catching music.
You were thinking yakety sax, like a good American.
Okay. Well, Kchaos, the boat's in your harbor. That might be the
Yes!
wrong metaphor.
I love it when there's boats in my harbor.
Boats? I thought it was ostriches.
No, there's ostriches in the pen, there's boats in the harbor.
Right. Yes,
Beth
of
can't
course.
turn into a mountain, there's no cookies in the forest.
And you can't understand that condor.
Well, Kchaos is mostly still thinking a little bit about condor steak, but he goes up to one of these ostriches, and lo and behold, there's an Ethernet port right there.
Right where, Logan?
Don't you worry about that. I am not going to decide where there's an Ethernet port on an ostrich. I'll let the listener decide.
All of a sudden you hear from outside the pen, because I actually finally rolled well. What are you doing in there?
Yeah, so, Blythe sent me to upgrade the ostriches. It's a very delicate operation. I'm gonna just say, hold on just a second, I'll get this done. Talk to you in a minute, bye. And then I plug in.
Okay.
And by plug in, I mean jack in.
Roll me a couple rolls here. Roll me a deceive.
Yes, this is a very good deceive roll.
And roll me a tech roll to jack in.
I want you to know it was a very good deceive roll, and you shouldn't worry about it. In fact, it's best if you don't ask me.
I will be asking in just a second.
I am using my hack the planet skill,
Yeah.
as would be expected when I'm hacking an ostrich.
Okay.
Okay, so my tech roll was a +7.
Okay. And your deceive?
It was very good.
So it was a +3?
It was -1. You see that I also failed my deceive roll in real life to deceive Dan into thinking that my deceive roll was good.
Well, guess what? They don't believe you. So we're going to attack on another one to this. What? How can that be? So we're going to tack another roll onto this challenge of athletics. You need to hack this ostrich while they come at you to grab you and restrain you.
I'm so glad that they're trying to apprehend me because I get to use my greasy teen stunt, which makes it harder for people to hold me because I am a greasy teen.
Yay!
Hey, I rolled well for once. That will be a +6.
Oh, wow.
Fantastic on my athletics being a greasy teen.
You did actually fairly well because I got a 5. So you just barely beat me there. I didn't think you would.
And Yakety Sax plays while I evade these men while typing on my computer. They're like slipping in the mud, and I'm sliding across the back of an ostrich. I trip them up with my Ethernet cable. It's a good time.
Good time. Okay, Zoo, the soldiers that were attacking you have moved to attack Kchaos. So they stopped attacking you.
In that case, I'm going to go back and I'm going to swoop at them to try and distract them away from him again.
Okay.
And this time I'm going for the eyes of the soldiers.
Oh, so you're attacking them.
Yes.
Okay, well, I was just gonna leave it at a huge, like, chaotic moment where there's, like, condor flying around everyone, and the teen is just, like, swirling around an ostrich, and 2 soldiers are trying to apprehend him. But let's attack.
Yeah, no, I need them to get away from him so he can do his job.
Okay, there goes our comedic moment. It's become dangerous.
Is this physique, athletics, or fight?
This will be fight.
Okay, that's a +3.
So Tobias the condor didn't attack, so then what happened?
Animorphs reference.
Now someone brings you 2 Big Macs, and you have to eat one of them as a bird and then turn into a human and eat the other one naked as a human.
Right.
This is one of the things that I bizarrely remember from the Animorphs.
And then just give up and eat wild rats.
Okay. So I actually rolled the exact same number. So you do not do any damage to the soldiers, but you do get a boost that you can use against the soldiers.
Okay.
And I'll give you a +2 to your next roll.
Excellent.
And since I guess we're in combat, it is the soldiers' turn.
Yeah, they're probably distracted now, right? Since I just attacked him.
Yes. And Kchaos has 3 rounds. So you have to make 3 successful tech rolls during this combat to actually hack these ostriches. Okay?
All right.
Okay.
That's very reasonable.
So they swipe at you. Roll your athletics.
+6.
+6. You have successfully evaded the sword slashes in the air. Kchaos, it is your turn.
All right. I continue hacking. Hey, did you know that all these ostriches are networked together? I guess birds of a feather flock together, huh?
In the air you hear,
That is the strangest sounding condor I've ever heard. Actually, I don't even think I know what a condor is because I don't think they're indigenous to China.
Is my hack the planet bonus still in effect, or am I just rolling straight?
You're rolling straight here. It's kind of because of the situation.
Yep. So +6, fantastic.
Okay. Hey, Zoo, it is your turn.
excellent. I will attack again, and this time, does using an aspect, like defend the innocent, or unexpectedly violent, give me a boost?
Those are 2 very contradicting things.
Yes, they are.
It will, but you need to use a fate point.
Okay, I will spend my final fate point to trigger unexpectedly violent. +7.
Nice. You have a 1 stress hit against them.
Yay.
So enthusiastic. Did you also use your boost that you got in the last round?
I will now.
I'm such a nice GM.
Kind and benevolent GM.
Okay, so then I'm going to use my boost and make it a +3 stress.
Nice. Okay, could you describe how you took one of the soldiers down?
Wait, is he dead?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay.
Yeah, excellent.
So basically I banked up from my last attack and got as much altitude as I could. And then I dove, and as I was diving, I raked forward with my talons and basically slashed at his face. And this is completely by chance, I grabbed his neck. And so I drove my beak directly into his eye.
Oh, wow. Gruesome. So while you were describing that, I actually did a couple of rolls for the other guy, basically a challenge with the other soldier to see if he noticed that this was actually distraction, and he did. So the other soldier turns back to Kchaos and slashes down at Kchaos. I rolled a superb, a +5 against you, Kchaos, to get you away from those ostriches.
Okay, what do I defend with here? You know what? I'm defending with fight. Aha! Now it's only a 3 shift hit.
Nice. So I have a 3 stress hit on you. You can choose to either try and use an aspect, or you can take it like an angsty teen.
I will take it like a 17-year-old kind of squirmy teenage boy.
Okay.
You know what? It turns out, I just learned this, it doesn't matter what adjectives you use when you're adding them to the phrase teenage boy, none of them sound good.
That is correct.
So that means the more adjectives I use, the worse it will sound.
Yeah.
Okay, it is your turn, Kchaos.
Fun fact, did you know that in falconry you actually hack birds when you're about to set them free? Probably not relevant, but here comes a hacking roll.
In character. Okay. I feel like this is the second time that in character Kchaos has said something weird about the game.
Hey,
And I'm wondering if he has like some meta knowledge that we don't understand.
Or he just played a lot of Neverwinter Nights. So, Dan,
Yes.
question.
Yes.
What's my threshold to succeed on this hacking roll?
What'd you roll?
3.
3.
You know what? I'm spending fate points.
Okay.
I want complete and total control of these ostrichi. So we're going to spend 2 fate points to trigger my aspect Tech Can Solve It and my high concept Teenage Hacker Genius.
Okay. Yeah, the DC, just so you know, DC is 5. So you would have just met it with just the 1, so.
I want to succeed with style.
Okay. Zoo, it is your turn.
Okay.
Against the 1 soldier.
Okay, I received a +5. Superb.
I have a +4. Great. So you have a 1 stress hit against him. So you just did 1 more. Both of these soldiers have 2 stresses, so.
Cool. Okay, I will swipe at him with my talons as I take off into the sky. Because obviously I'm like on top of the corpse of the other dude.
So the absurdity of having to fight a bird that he probably has never seen before and a greasy teenage boy trying to take over these ostriches, I think has gotten to him, and I did not roll well with my roll. But before I actually say that I missed entirely, go ahead and Keith, why don't you roll?
+5.
Oh, yes, you succeed with style.
Yay.
Okay. Kchaos, it is your turn to hack this ostrich.
All right. Here comes the last hacking roll. Ha! That will be... that'll be a 3 again. So there goes my last fate point to turn that into a 5.
Okay, we'll still have to go until this soldier is subdued, but while the soldier is distracted by the condor, all of a sudden you hear a humming sound come from the ostrich, and then you hear it reverberate through all the other ostriches as they all come online. Zoo, it is your turn.
And I would like to add something.
Oh, go ahead.
Their eyes all turn PlayStation orange.
Okay, so I got a -2 on the dice and a +5 on the thing, so +3.
And I have a -1 on dice and a +3 on the thing, so +2.
Does that mean I succeed?
Yes, you do.
He's down.
He's down. Go ahead and describe it. I say reluctantly.
So this time I swipe at him and I bowl him over, but exactly where he falls to the ground is exactly where the metal ostrich that's being hacked by Kchaos steps suddenly as it turns to face whichever direction all the ostriches are facing, and crushes his skull under its foot.
You know what? I like that. Thank you. I felt like that was an interesting combat with him trying to hack while you're trying to distract. I thought that was good.
Yeah, it was really cool. I took out 2 soldiers as a giant non-indigenous bird.
Okay, with the soldiers dead, we are going to scooch on over to Fake Blythe, Van Helsing, Effie, and Vic. Kchaos. Change of plans. Kchaos. Stupid idiot. Void him.
Hey guys, I just wanted to let you know I've got the ostriches, and they're under my control. Their eyes turn this cool orangey color. I tried to make the Windows boot up sound, but it didn't really work. Anyway, I'm gonna run them through the camp, and we're gonna see how many Mongols they can trample.
Surprisingly
Kchaos?
good plan.
Okay, bye.
Is the orange like a true orange, or is it more rust?
It's kind of a like on the PlayStation logo. It's kind of like that. Yeah. Anyway, so rampaging ostriches don't get in the way. Then we'll probably do a sky rampage, and then we'll see how many survive.
I have a plan. I'm going to shoot my guns in the air like Yosemite Sam and create a distraction. And then...
You don't know who Yosemite Sam is.
Wait, how do you know who Yosemite Sam is?
I've been watching Looney Tunes.
Roll me a lore check on that. What is that lore?
It's +3.
Okay, you know who Yosemite Sam is.
Yeah. Okay, so as I was saying, I know what we must do. I am going to shoot my guns up in the air like Yosemite Sam, and you need to take these ostriches out of town. They are very dangerous. In fact, don't get too close to them. You will get very sick. We must bury them. Yeah?
Doc, the whole point of them being dangerous is for them to trample Mongoloids!
Have you set them loose?
I will when you tell me I can.
If that's something that you want to do, then all it takes is me adding an aspect to the scene as everyone's trying to run away.
All right. I get up on the back of one of the ostriches, and I cross my arms across my chest, and I say, "Go, my feathered fiends! Trample and destroy!"
Kchaos has added a new aspect to our scene, and this aspect is rampaging ostriches. Just watch out for them as you're trying to cross the camp.
I'd like to slightly modify that to rampaging mecha ostriches.
Okay.
Mecha Godzilla!
No further comment.
And that's perfect spot to put his, that's what I do. Hey, what we just did.
What do you mean? What do you mean I shouldn't get close to them?
I believe that they are radioactive. They will kill you with their radioactiveness.
They're radioactive? If one bites me, do you think I'll become like mecha ostrich man? Gain all the powers of an ostrich?
I don't think so, but I think your hair will fall out, which it's already on the brink of, dying because it's so greasy.
So you don't believe in Spider-Man?
No.
As a doctor, I cannot recommend that you get bitten by either the radioactive ostrich or also radioactive spider seems equally bad.
Absolutely. I'm going to take them right out of town, through the center of town, to the other side of town.
Guys, do we need to move?
I think that'd be a good idea.
Ostriches go!
I think that Shar is going to be looking around for the highest place that she can climb.
The only things that are around you are the yurts. So yeah, if you want to climb a tent, go ahead and try and climb a tent.
Okay.
Roll me in athletics.
Absolutely. Shar 100% tries to climb the tent. Oh! Shar has a +5.
Well, that
Let
was...
me climb the tent!
Amazingly, you find one of the poles that are sticking in the ground, very sturdy, and you're able to get up.
All right, so as soon as Shar hears ostrich stampede, her heart starts racing, and she starts thinking about all of the tweets that she has yet to tweet, and she turns around and seeing that inside the tent is still people that probably want to kill her because of her excellent contour job, she grabs onto one of the poles that is supporting the yurt and tries to hoist herself up. And although she, obviously is not, the most strong person, she somehow manages to, find little footholes in the pattern of the fabric and is able to just scurry on up and sit on the edge of the yurt, meanwhile saying to herself, wow, those Pilates classes really came in handy.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
Nice.
And that's my story.
What is the rest of you doing while she is trying to escape on top of the yurt? we need to get out of this place now. If we're not run over by the ostriches, we're going to be speared by the Mongols. So we need to get out of here now.
Okay, Effie booster feats. I don't know what kind of booster feat I have. Up to the yurt with Char. In case the yurt gets knocked down, by the ostriches, I can maybe carry Char some distance away. I don't know how long I can fly.
Effie, I'm not meaning this in any way about your weight, but you are a cyborg. With you on the yurt as well, the yurt actually collapses in on itself. So everyone inside the yurt is is now trapped. Oh my heavens, Sarah May. Well, she's a cyborg. She has metal parts, and the added weight of her just jumping up and landing on the earth
should be able to withstand a storm.
Yeah, doesn't it snow in China?
I'm looking up how much weight yurts can hold.
I rolled a straight fate roll, and it just so happened to be that it collapsed.
Crappy workmanship.
This yurt has developed a fault.
A yurt! In general, yurts are very safe during storms. It can withstand a hurricane. A yurt weighs between 1,700 and 2,400 pounds. It should be able to hold however many pounds we are.
Are you looking at the industrial things called yurts and not the old yurts made out of tanned hides and sticks?
Thank you for subscribing to Yurt Facts. Please press 1 for more Yurt Facts.
Unsubscribe from Yurt Facts.
So you have actually effectively trapped Ghenghis Khan inside his tent.
Cool.
What, we squished Ghenghis Khan? That's the yurt that we were on?
That's the yurt you were next to, so he's now inside his tent.
We're awesome!
And this is how we died.
Okay, so Vic actually, I rolled really well on my athletics roll, and Vic, as the ostriches come by, expertly grabs one and swings over onto the back one, and is like, I really don't want to be on this thing, but this seems like the safest place.
Good call. Good call. Good call. Good call.
Hey, Vic, how do you like my escape plan?
It's terrible.
Okay, as an ostrich flies over Van Helsing's head, one of its mecha knees gets caught on my awesome old style coat and just pulls me up by the back of my collar. And I continue firing my revolvers.
Oh my heavens. Okay. So Vic actually, rolling drive, rolled really well for Vic again, and grabs the ostrich next to them and steers the ostrich back towards the yurt that just collapsed and drives by Effie and Charlotte. So I actually want you both to kind of roll in athletics. If you want to jump on it, you can. If not, then you don't have to.
Somehow I have a +4. I rolled 3 pluses and a minus.
I got 6.
Nice. So you both are able to get onto the same ostrich.
Wow, this ostrich is stronger than a yurt.
And these ostriches are very difficult to steer. It's already trying to steer back to be with the rest of them. So
as we reach the end of the encampment, I hit a button on my power glove and deploy the balloons on all the ostriches.
The balloons escape the back of the ostriches in unison, and like a wave, they gently fly over the walls and land on the other side and keep going.
Char begins to sing, I Believe I Can Fly.
Kchaos turns around on his ostrich, flips double birds at the camp, and yells, Khan! Khan!
Okay, well, Kchaos, you are in charge of this trip. Are we going to end?
I'm flying the ostriches back to Beth, all of them.
Into the forest?
Yeah.
Okay, so when we get back to Beth with the ostriches, I say, okay.
So now you're Hispanic?
Kchaos.
Hey, Kchaos.
I am Sancho Panza.
Now, how's the ostriches bury themselves in the ground like they saw something very scary? It's very important that they go very deep.
Huh. And that's because they're radioactive?
Yeah.
Kchaos, I don't think you can have kids because you've been on it the longest.
That's okay. Kids suck. Hey, Beth.
Hello, Kchaos. I see you have brought me a gift.
Yeah, we're going to keep one of them, but I think we have to ditch the power source.
If you want, I can create a radioactive-proof chamber to keep one. I do not have space for more than one.
Awesome, we're going to keep one. For the rest, is there a place nearby that is known to have dragons?
Kchaos, you and I both know that in this timeline, dragons do not exist.
Not real dragons, just that people think has dragons. Like, is there a dragon cave?
If you go approximately a half a kilometer north, you will find a small field. If you bury the ostriches there and mark their grave with a stone, then I believe there will no longer be an anomaly.
Fine. Zoo, get a shovel.
Zoo is actually currently perched on the steeple of the Catholic Church, preening his feathers.
I've got something even better. Hey guys, I just thought I could program them like Crash to spin around in circles really fast. And maybe that could get them to bury themselves in the dirt. All right, ostriches, spin in circles real fast. Now there's got to be a better name. Ostrich tornadoes!
When the ostriches finish burying themselves, Shar takes a single stone over and she pulls a bobby pin out of her hair and scratches on it, "Here be dragons."
In English.
Yes.
In the middle of China.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Wow. That just happened. Okay. Well, I guess we should get going before we do any more damage. Vic leads you all onto the ship and goes into the bridge. They take the ship into the air and back into the time void. Everything is back to normal. In a few days' time, Ghenghis Khan will ultimately pass away. And on his passing, his one wish will be to raise Shishia to the ground, killing everybody there. Everything is back to normal. So I'm actually, as a GM, and knowing that Effie's a cyborg, I'm actually going to say that, Effie, it's been a little while, and you're feeling a bit depleted.
I am feeling depleted. Effie walks out, and she finds a very dark maintenance closet. Her eyes glow and change color, and her arm does like a twitchy thing, and then it becomes like a series of different sized cables and tubes, and they like creep their way into Beth's cables and tubes.
Oh, that tickles.
Hey, did anybody ever get those cookies?
Fam, thanks for listening. Don't forget bingo's this Friday.